Hello everybody, we are going to do a new Satisfactory playthrough. If anybody had been watching, I tried to do the Dune Desert and I can't get into it. It's just too boring to look at. I will do it. It's an awesome place to play, probably better for late games since the distances between stuff are quite ridiculous. Anyways, we're going to do the Grassy Fields this time. I'd say this is the third best place to start a playthrough for a very quick and efficient playthrough. Obviously my favorite is the Northern Forest. I think Rocky Desert is right behind it, especially since they're adjacent to each other and have some overlap. Grassy Fields has a lot of things going for it. I think the main thing is that there's a lot of coal and iron, so you always are going to be able to find steel. So a recipe like iron pipes is a lot less important for a quick playthrough. And it's right next to the Blue Crater, which is the best place to set up fuel and any oil products. There's more oil there than you really could ever want in just a run through the game. What are some of the negatives? So there are a ton of nodes, but a lot of them are impure and normal. Which means that instead of getting that on a pure node, you put your MK miner one down, you get 120 ore straight away. Once you get to tier 3 belts, you are good to use all of that. I'm sorry, when you get to MK2 belts, MK2 miners and tier 3 belts, you're getting 240. Here, when you get to MK2 miners, you might be going from 30 to 60, or from 60 to 120. And that's definitely will slow you down. Pure nodes for fast playthroughs are definitely the way to go. But anyways, without further ado, let's get right into it. I have a certain area that I like to start, so let's first orientate ourselves and go from there. Actually, I'm right on the cliff where I like to start.
Landing
There's
platform hydraulics completed.
Wait, is this it?
Freighter landing
Oh no, it's right over
initialized.
there.
Congratulations, you have completed onboarding and
We're gonna
achieved
skip
the absolute minimum.
Ada's
Fix
stuff
it looks
here.
for Tier 1
Actually,
and
is
2
there a way-
milestones
no,
are
we
now
might turn
available
off
in the
Ada's,
hub, and
run
biomass
through.
burners can now be built individually. Your first official objective is to
Is there a way
initiate
to turn
project
off
assembly
Ada?
by building the space elevator. This objective will take a significant amount of resources, so Fix It
There's gotta be
recommends
a way
getting
to
to work.
turn Ada off, right?
Potential edible collected.
one thing we can
if
do
consumed
is
before
we can
authorized as
turn-
compatible with the human digestive system by Fixit, the consumer is responsible for any and all consequences. Store
There
this
really
potential
isn't,
resource for later use.
Alright, screw it. Well, whatever. I'll try to figure that out later. Anyways, so let's orientate ourselves. When you get into the spawn area, first look for that giant arch over there, okay? So this is how you're going to find at least where I like to go. And you can see it right there. There's 3 iron nodes right below this cliff. I tend to like to build my base off of this cliff going this way. So look for the arch. And then when you find the arch, just look right below it and you'll see this kind of gassy rock right here. And that's where we want to head. Over in this area, you're going to find some limestone, 3 ore nodes, and 2 copper nodes fairly close by. Alright, here Ada's going to talk again.
Potential edible collected. Eating it and surviving does not count as a valid
And
field
always
test
as you're running
and does not
over.
generate enough data for
So here's one of
Fixit
our
to make an
limestone
informed
nodes.
decision.
No, that's the impure one. We don't
Store
want
this
that.
potential resource for later use.
So let's go fight for our iron nodes over here. Just a little fluffy tail hog or 2. Come back, Mr. Hoggy. So here's our 3 normal
Samples
iron
of new
nodes.
alien species acquired. Notable features
do a
are
little mining
black
while
teeth,
Ada's talking.
suggesting it is herbivorous, and a thickly plated skull and spine, suggesting it is proficient at inflicting and receiving blunt force trauma.
Because we're going to use all 3 of these
Preserve
right
the
away.
remains for later study.
And over here, I like to go straight into logistics for my first thing rather than foundations. Because foundations are simply less important over here. There's so much flat area to build on that you really don't need them. Well, I shouldn't say you don't need them, but I think logistics is better first. One thing that I'm not a huge fan about the Grassy Fields is
Congratulations.
there's
You have
not
found
a
your
lot of
first Fixmas
biofuel
gift package, which
right
is
close
naturally
by.
full of gifts.
At
the
least
basic
not
part necessary for most
compared
Fixmas
to the,
seasonal event activities. Don't forget to
northern
check the
forest.
calendar or the map to see what you can do with these gifts. Or
So
do
let's just
forget,
kind of
I
orientate
don't
ourselves
care.
while Ada's still talking. So if you look up here, this is going to be a normal copper node over here. And this will be our first copper node. But there's also another one pretty close by too that we're going to build with as well. And so while we're here, let's get that MK miner going. And then we'll go down here and we will put our hubba-dub-dub. Something like this. So this kind of valley is where you're going to want to be. You got your 3 iron over there, you got your limestone right there, 1 copper up there, and then up on this cliff there's another copper. And you'll also find, oh, let me get my hotkeys. It goes there, and my logistics is there. Okay. I like to just build a bunch of belts right near the hub so I don't have to worry about, you know, searching for a, Alright, we're first just going to get 1 smelter, because with this place you will run out of cable pretty quickly, since the build distances are a little bit farther than in the northern thingy. Alright, so we'll get that set up. Get our biomass going. So yeah, some other things about this area. Once you get the chainsaw, there are a lot of trees around here, so you're pretty good to go. But until that, it can be a little slow going. Alright, so tier 1, let's get logistics first. And we'll just let this thing make plates. Let's just make sure we got everything set up correctly. We do. We got iron going in, and we're going to have plates coming out. Awesome. So like I said, I think in my other playthrough, I typically build out iron first. But here, like I said, since the distances are a little bit longer, you're going to run out of copper pretty quickly, and you will be handcrafting. So it's probably better to get copper going next, although probably, you know, and I don't want it to go this way. We're going to make it go out to the flats, which, you know, make sure you use the benefits that you get from the area that you're working on. So as I said, there's a ton of flat space around here, and let's just get 1 constructor working on wire. So going, let's make sure that's going in right. Looks to be okay. And you see I'm already out of copper. So like I said, it's probably a little bit better to work on that wire first, especially when you're going into logistics, because you need 300 of it to start. All right. Now, I'm not sure if I have enough to build this. I do. And I like to do this with wire because it does pile up pretty quickly. The plates I'm not worried about. I will definitely get back in time to get the plates out of there. And pretty quickly we're going to go try to get Blade Runners as well. And the good news is Quartz is, we don't have a map yet, but Quartz is about 1,000 meters that way. So not like super far away. All right. Again, we're not going to be using biomass for very long. One great thing about the grassy plains is that coal is really, really close, and there is a shit ton of it. So what that means is that you tend not to have to... Do I have any copper on me? Yes, I do. You tend not to have to sacrifice coal production power with steel production. So if you notice in our last playthrough, in where we built our steel, we basically only had 5 foundries going the whole time. Here we can easily have 10 foundries going because there are so many nodes around here. And there are 4 normal copper nodes literally about 500 meters away, which is where we're going to build our coal power. And then we're going to take that straight into basically turbo fuel, which is pretty similar to what we did last time. But we had to go find that coal power in other places, like in the Crater Lake, which is fairly, far away. And so that definitely can cost you some time just in the running and the setting up of logistics. Once you get coal power here, those 4 nodes, let's see, it's going to put out 240, 480. So that should run off the top of my head. I'm terrible at doing math on the fly like that, I guess, apparently. But enough power, at least 3 or 4K power. And then you should be able to get into the later fuel stages, no problem. All right, so we have enough for this. Now we're gonna go get our other miners set up. Get you going. You're gonna be making rods, and you're gonna be making iron, and you need to be connected to something. So there you go. All right. Looks like everything should be operational. I like to just double check these things. Another way to do that is to just do that. And one more. Everything. I am gonna do fixmiths for a little bit, because you can get the melee weapon really early with fixmiths. All right, so you're gonna be making. Let's see. Anything until we go get some more wire and stuff. So you can already see the there's already a little bit more running around than we had to do in the northern forest, and that will only get more and more pronounced as this playthrough goes on. The reason I like to get logistics earlier, I kind of mentioned, is because, yeah, we have lots of space to build on, as opposed to, our last place where we built. You have basically no room whatsoever, and you got to build off the cliff to do anything. All right, so now we got We should be able to make one more constructor, and then I think we're going to have to handcraft some reinforced iron plates. Alright, can you hook up to that? No, you can't, right? So this is kind of how we do it here. And we're out of cable. Rods, and you're making iron ingots. All right, and then we're gonna make screws. Let's see. So we need rips, which is screws, right? And we don't have any iron rods. You're definitely going to want to put your screws into a container. They're going to overflow faster than everything else. And we might break a switch here. Oh, looks like we're good. Yeah, none of this matters where it is right now.
A baby could have found this.
Okay.
Yes, yes, well done.
And let's get this. We're going to need some more portable miners. And let's get our limestone production going. I believe this is the normal limestone. Nope, it's an impure. Let's see. Where is the normal? Actually, I think it's over here. Yeah. No, that's the impure too. I guess maybe we only have impure right now. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I think we only have impure. I might be wrong about that, though. Oh, you're impure. Yeah, so this is the, here we're seeing kind of, now impure limestone isn't that big of a deal since one constructor takes 45. We're going to be putting out 30, so it's a little bit slower. But yeah, all these impure nodes are fairly annoying. Oh, that was totally pointless. I was actually mining the node instead of the thing that's blocking it. But there are a ton of limestone nodes around here, actually far more than the northern forest. So eventually your concrete is just fine. Thinking we'll probably blow a fuse here if we keep going, but that's okay. Blowing a fuse at this point in the game is no big deal. Ooh.
This is ridiculous.
All right. There we go. Where are you guys at? All right. Okay. Don't ever just put resources in if you have no way to turn the whole thing, because you can use it for building other stuff. Like, we need 300 copper, so there's no real rush. 300 wire. I mean, and then once we get logistics going, if you think about it, it's basically going to straight up double our output on literally basically everything. That's kind of why I like to do it over here, because we could just set up splitters on everything that we're mining so far, at least on all the normal nodes, and get twice as much. Like this wire node that we have right here, I'm sorry, this copper node, you can see it's completely backed up because wire only takes 15 a minute, and we're trying to shove 30 a minute in there, so we can just split that right off the smelter, and then we can split the ore off and get cable going and all the other stuff that we need. All right, well, let's get that other concrete node going. Concrete. All right. Looks like I didn't turn that constructor on, which is fine. Just grab some of that. See, this thing is slow anyways, so we didn't really lose any time in there. All right, let's go flip logistics. Next.
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to save space and enhance the productivity of your factory. Fixit encourages you to consider investing in verticality when it comes to factory logistics. If you feel stressed by this complexity, imagine yourself on the shore of a vast and calm ocean. Breathe in. Visualize all the people relying on you. The sea is made of billions of faces, each staring at you with hope and tears in their eyes. Breathe out. Feel refreshed and focused on your duties.
All right, so let's get our mergers on 6, our splitters on 7. And we're going to do a splitter here. Here. Oh no, we're not. Oh no, that's fine. storage around here. Okay, so we got our iron going in. And then let's go do that with our copper. Actually, we're going to pass on the copper. Let's go get our iron rods and everything else organized first, because those are going to back up first, and frankly we need it more than we need the wire at this point. And I have no intention of using all of this stuff perfectly efficiently right now. The goal is to just get a steady supply of 2 things doing iron rods, 2 things doing plates, and so forth and so on. Okay, so he's putting out 30 per minute, which obviously we can definitely do, and these guys need 15 each. We're going to do the same thing over here. Kind of painted ourselves into a corner a little bit. You're going to be screws. Again, we're going to tear this all down in a few hours, so not too worried about making things perfect. Let me double check this. You're making 40 per minute, yeah, so this is going to get backed up. So we'll just make another one instead. Alright, so now we got 2 things making plates, 2 things making iron rods, and we should be good for a bit while we wait for our crummy impure nodes to make the concrete that we need. I'm going to try to keep each of these streaming sessions to 1 hour. So they'll be hopefully all 60 minutes each. And then I can title them with sort of, you know, what we're doing in that hour. Concrete now. And we're not going to do any base building yet. We just simply do not have a good enough source of concrete yet to even really consider that.
Milestone reached. Several new structures are now available for improving factory organization. Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all events prior to planetfall, be reassured that memories of beloved humans and/or animals would have only been distractions from your important mission.
I've been really into playing Marvel Rivals since it launched, so that's why I've been kind of starting and stopping on my Satisfactory series, because that game is fun. I am definitely not going to try to stream it, because who wants to watch a frickin' gold level support in Overwatch try to learn how to play Marvel Rivals, let alone a boring Satisfactory playthrough, but whatever. This one I actually know what to do a little bit. I'm going to do another biomass because there's really not that much more biomass around here, and I think we're good for where we're at right now. Like, really, there's like hardly any bushes and stuff. That's one thing I don't like about this area. I would say it's even worse than the Dune Desert, which is kind of ironic because that's a desert, and this is the Grassy Fields that has a lot of grass but not a lot of biofuel. But we'll get the chainsaw soon enough, and that problem will disappear. There are a lot of trees. There's just not a lot of hand-pickable stuff. All right, while we're here, why don't we do this? Get you another guy here. And we'll get some cable going. Make some. Continue to do that. All right. Alright, and we shouldn't have any like iron ingots sitting around, at least not too many. It should just be staying at 18, so we'll take that, and it should be 1-1. We can handcraft some iron ore, but that takes too long. And over here, we'll take those 70 and these 37, those should be to 1-1 pretty soon as well. Alright. Go flip this sucker.
Milestone reached. Supply the molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, with local resources to research and develop new technologies. Potential technologies include exploration tools, weapons, and factory buildings. These are essential for maximizing your Pioneer efficiency and alignment with Fixit's core pillars: construct, automate, explore, and exploit.
So definitely here I go
Fixit's
straight
mission,
into
all notable
chainsaw,
phenomena,
so we can
resources,
solve our fuel
technology,
problems
or
pretty
other
quick.
influence should be investigated regardless of any perceived danger, as stated in the Pioneer contract.
First one here. Okay, cool. Alright, so we need some screws, some concrete, and some cobbles. And then we just go ham on some trees. And once we stabilize our power, we head straight over to get the Blade Runners. Actually, we gotta do parts assembly first because you need some modular frames to do that. I think there's some we can find on the way, but I'm not 100% sure.
Milestone reached. Solid biofuel, created from any biomass, ensures maximum efficiency of biomass burners. To aid in biofuel production, the chainsaw allows for the removal of tougher wood and coral foliage. Additionally, your pocket dimension has been inflated to increase inventory size. Inspirational note: will you be the Fixit Employee of the Month? You could be if you construct, automate, explore, and exploit by eliminating all obstacles to efficiency. This isn't just fun, it's contractually mandated. Fun, fun, fun.
Fun, fun, fun. Okay, that's good for now. And remember, we never want to construct biofuel by hand. It takes way too long, and it constructs really fast in the constructor. So we just craft what we need to get started. Alright. We construct biomass by hand, and then biofuel, or it's the other way around, whatever. But no, biomass by hand, and then biofuel in the constructor. Because here we're gonna have 100, easily ready to go. So if you try to do this by hand, 10 outputs. So maybe just one, so we have more fuel for the chainsaw, but we do need this. Just gonna do this while I'm here. And these, I don't personally care where they are. Just put them anywhere. Because, like I said, this constructs really fast. Alright, one thing I want to do before I flip this, get my biofuel going, and then get cables started, as well as maybe copper sheets. There. I'm going to build a few more constructors to make this a little easier. Happen. It's okay. Be able to run for a while.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. Their weaponized plasma is most likely stored as a stable chemical substance in an organ close to their mouth, and only turns volatile when exposed to one of the chemical elements in the air. Research the remains in the man to establish classification and potential countermeasures. The astrobiologist Dr. D.M. Mercer was the first to recognize the presence and probable nature of these alien artifacts. These chain melted state spheres are named in his honor. Each sphere emits a unique signal. Research it in the MAM to establish
should be enough
locally
biofuel
appropriate
for the
classification
playthrough.
and application.
Or close to it. I prefer to just sort of get this all set up so I just don't have to think about it anymore. There's nothing wrong with belting it all up. I've done that just for fun. It actually works out pretty well. Like if you're not planning on, driving up to coal right away and want to do some more exploring or go a little bit slower, then belting this all up is great. You just, basically put two canisters, one for leaves and one for wood, and put constructors in front of them, and just do the whole shebang. It works out great. But I would say it's not necessary, I guess. Alright, so we've got that going. Let's go gather some more stuff and get our cable and stuff set up. What's up, brother? Probably around 7:30. I think Mom's gonna be a little later tonight. That is my son. He is 15 years old. He is probably playing Valorant or something. Forgot about these guys. And we're going to flip this and we're going to start doing some hand feeding of these machines before we automate it. Once we get to coal power. But before we do any of that, we'll probably just hand feed 2 machines for rotors and, one each for rotors and reinforced plates, and then we gotta go get the blade runners.
Milestone reached. The assembler can produce more complex parts, including the first project part, smart plating, which is crucial for initiating project assembly. Project parts must be delivered to the space elevator. By completing your contracted duties as part of project assembly, you will definitely be helping achieve Fix-It Company goals without any other ulterior motive. Note: humans cannot craft project parts. Do not worry about your inadequate crafting skill when compared to an assembler. Fix-It cherishes your innate human abilities, such as walking, striking objects, and commodifying natural resources.
Alright, let's make sure all of these are fed. Alright, we're up almost on 60 minutes. So our next episode will be striking out for blade runners and Caterium and things like that. Let's see, 15, you're putting out that many, so another smelter here. I think we're going to do it this way, actually. Can we get a splitter on this? Yes. just gonna do one more wire right now. Alright, let's go get our constructors set up. I'm sorry, our assemblers. And
Ho ho, oh whatever.
start thinking about. So I know that I've pulled about 200 off of this concrete, so I know that the other one shouldn't have more than 400 in it, which is why I don't put boxes on it, because it's not going to fill up before I need to go get it. And we will just put an assembler here. Oh yeah, gotta make some plates. Let's get these 2 assemblers done, and then we'll wrap this episode up. Excuse me, can you move? God, I hate those things. And we'll do a merger on here, maybe. Rotors. Rotors going in, and now we'll get some iron rods going in. And then is this actually, yeah, this is done. What are we doing? We're gonna do this, and then let's get our logistics. And we'll just get another assembler over here. Okay, so he's not gonna work at full speed because once 100 screws per minute, we only gonna have 40 coming out of here. So we'll have to do a little hand feeding, and same over here, be a similar situation. Because this guy wants, I think, 60, but it gets us started. I just want to make sure our power doesn't shut down, and then we're going to call it for this one. Okay, looks like we're still stable. We're going to build a couple more of these anyways. Stable, but for how long? Go. All right, so that's 1 hour in, and we got our steady supply of rips and rotors. Yep. And so with our next episode, we are going to go start gathering more resources, including the blade runners that we so badly want. And let me just feed these guys. Ooh, I didn't feed you. All right, cool. All right, guys. So that is our first part done in 1 hour. We got 3 iron nodes working, 2 limestones, impure both, 1 copper cranking out our cable and our wire, and we have our beginning supply of rips and rotors. All right. And with that, we are going to save it. And I will see you guys on the next one. Space Cat out. Peace.